Hello there, welcome to another Ramble review, and today we're talking about None Your Business. There is no plot to this game. All you gotta know is that you're a nun shooting at demons, and that's about it. The gameplay itself is a wave-based like horde shooter, and there's 30 levels to play through, and usually it's like 2 to 3 waves, I think, each level, and that's about it. You start off with like a measly pistol, but when you complete a level, you get a certain amount of money, and you can use that money to buy more weapons. All I bought was the best handgun, which was I think a Magnum, and the best shotgun, and then finally I bought the grenade launcher, which is like godlike, and that was it. The other weapons I never really used, I felt the use of. So yeah, just and if you want like a quick smooth time, go for those 3 weapons I just mentioned, and that's about it. You can buy the other ones, but I just went anything with the highest stacks because this game is really simple. You do have multiple characters you can play as, because as well as getting money, you get like leveling up after beating. You get a certain amount of XP to level up to unlock more characters. It shows different stats for them, but I felt no difference. I just stuck with the one that I liked how she looks the most, and that's pretty much what the footage you probably see most of is just her, and that's it. The gameplay, like I said, it's very simple. You just shoot, kill these things. Your face, it starts off slow with like spiders and like little tiny demon things. It starts to add more monsters as you hit certain levels, and then you start seeing those monsters more repeated after they show up for the first time. The waves that come in is actually small at the beginning of like the first level, but then they go a little higher, but it never felt really that overwhelming or hard. There was only like one time I was near dying, and that's about it. I wish it kind of was a little bit more difficult, but it's not. I actually wish there was more to this because I like the aesthetic and everything of it, but it would have been nice to have like, you know, each character like have skills or like something more different to them besides just the visual looks. Maybe the weapons feel like have more purpose, because again, once I get that like Magnum, I never want to use another pistol. The grenade launcher is ridiculously strong, and so yeah, I wish there was a little more to it. But I feel like if you just want a wave-based shooter that's very simple, starting to turn off your brain and just shoot, and you like the aesthetic that you're seeing here, it's not a bad pickup. I think I picked it up for like $5 or something, and I don't really regret it. I do recommend don't play through one sitting because it can get kind of boring. I did it because I was just like, I was already in it. I was almost done. I would say, okay, I'm gonna stop, but then I was so close to the next spot, so I just kept going. It took me overall to get the platinum, because this is also not a hard platinum get. It took me about 3 hours. So if you don't, I guess if you like deduct some of the grinding for the platinum, it's like really like a 2.5 hour game to get through. I never, like I said, I never got stuck. I died maybe once because I was being stupid. But yeah, that's about it. When it comes to replay value, there's really not much unless you just want to keep replaying the levels over and over again. I got the last character, and I didn't even bother buying the other weapons, but I got a lot of money too, probably enough to buy every single weapon. And that's it. There's nothing else to do after you reach the last and 30th level and unlock the final nun. But yeah, so that's about it when it comes to replay value. Again, as I said, this is not a bad pickup if this looks fun to you, especially for their like cheap price of like $5. But again, I do wish it was a bit more. So, hope you mind my ramble, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.